Robyn Gulline, Mayor of Horsham Rural City Council. I'm here today to report on the May Council meeting. Council resolved on a number of items, the first being to adopt the annual action plan. This plan highlights the actions that Council is committing to the community to deliver on our Council plan promises and priorities. Most of the actions will be completed by staff through their normal daily activities, but sometimes there are extra activities that we've highlighted, and in that case we've actually allocated additional resources through the budget. So if you look on page 77 of the budget, you'll see Appendix A, non-capital initiatives, and each of them show that there's an additional expense totaling $855,000 to deliver all of the actions for the community. Now these will be reported in the quarterly report that will be presented to Council and released to the community. Council approved the draft budget 2022-2023 and has put it out for public comment and feedback until Monday, June 13. This document outlines all of the activities that Council plans to undertake in the next 12 months. It explains the rates and how people are going to pay to fund the activities of Council. It also itemises the different grants that we expect to receive over the next 12 months. Now, one of the most important things to remember is that with some of these big projects, if we don't receive the grant fund matching contributions from state or federal government, these projects probably won't go ahead. So Council will resolve on each of those at the time. There has been another increase in our rural road and infrastructure spending. Last year we increased our spending by 27%. This year it's going to be 4.7%, which is nearly 3 times the 1.75 rate cap that we are subjected to by government legislation. So as costs rise, we have a finite bucket that we need to manage. So it's a balancing act on how we spread the funds across the municipality so that's fair for everyone, and we're providing such a variety of services and facilities and infrastructure that meet the needs of all members of our community, regardless of what your home address is and what your interests are. So this draft budget is 118 pages long, and I encourage you to have a look at it and go through it. And take the time to think about, well, what do we deliver? Because I don't think a lot of people actually understand all the things that Council does deliver for the community. So I encourage you to take the time to have a look. The other document that we approved for community consultation is the revenue and rating plan. So that's being updated with the changes to the differentials to make sure that it is again fair and equitable for everyone. So I commend them for public comment until Monday, June 13. Late last year, Council undertook a survey of the community to find out your thoughts on the recycling and our curbside options to implement the state government circular economy legislation. Over 1,000 people responded, and they said they really supported the introduction of the recycling. So as of 3 April next year, there will be 4 bins for our urban residents and 2 bins for our rural. The 4 bins for the urban residents will be a 240 litre garbage, 240 litre commingled recycling, and a 240 litre organics that will be collected fortnightly on a rotating basis, and a 120 litre glass bin that will be collected monthly. For our rural residents, we only have a garbage collection weekly at the moment, but as of 3 April, we will also have a recycling bin. So it will be collected on a fortnightly rotating basis with our garbage collection. So we'll still have a weekly bin service, but there'll be alternating bins. Rural residents won't be getting an organics bin because we have the capacity to deal with those on our rural properties. And as far as the glass goes, there will be collection points around the municipality for glass for our rural residents. Now, waste is a user pay service. It has to be cost neutral. Unfortunately, the EPA levy for the landfill has gone up, and also the cost of processing these other items that we're now collecting, both the organics, the glass, as well as the commingled recyclables. So the cost has to be passed on to the user. So for some residents there will be a slight increase, and for others there'll be a slight decrease. Council's very conscious about the education, so that we all understand what goes in which bin. Because if bins are coming through the system that are contaminated, council actually gets charged by the processor for that, and that fee has to be passed back through to the residents. So education's a really big component. You'll hear a lot more about this program and how it's going to be implemented in the coming months. So keep watch for the council's Facebook page, website and newsletter.